So I had this idea randomly pop into my head one day. I don't know why it did, but I was like, holy moly, this idea is so cool. If I can pull it off, that would be sick. My idea? Well, the plan was to take to Twitter and just DM as many big brand accounts as I could. After sending out about 50 DMs to companies from Taco Bell to Charmin, I decided to wait. After getting about only 4 replies though, I knew something more had to be done. So I took to the internet to find some of the best brand accounts out there. After doing some research and hitting up as many brands as possible, the only thing left to do was wait. In the meantime, you're probably wondering what I'm on about, DMing brands and whatnot. Well, originally I wanted to run through a game with a team drawn from all these brands. Why? Simply to say I beat Pokemon with a brand name team. Sure, it's not Gucci, but at least it's Subway. I'm very proud of that joke. I said it like 4 times and I also wrote it into the script. After pondering that for a bit though, I decided that was too easy. I know how much y'all like to watch me suffer, so I decided to mix it up a bit. Instead of that, I'll be solo running and rating each brand's pick to see which one has the overall best taste. So I'll be playing some games, starting off with the Pokemon given to me thanks to the Universal Pokemon Randomizer tool, and seeing just how far I can make it with that Pokemon. If it dies, it's out. A battle of the brands, if you will. I'll just be playing casually through the game, so my goal isn't to overlevel and become an unstoppable machine. I'll just pretend I've picked a legit starter and I'll just play the game. Also, no using items in battle, but that's pretty much a given at this point. At the end, we'll see which brand comes out on top and which ones are at the bottom. Let's try and hit 1,500 likes on this one, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss an upload. In the meantime, you do that, and I'll check my DMs. Alright, so first up we have Subway, sending in either Skitty or Squirtle. Of course, for this we're going to be using Skitty because that's so cool that they know that. Also, about 90% of the brands gave me a Gen 1 Pokemon to work with, so yeah, Subway brought the originality to this one, so they get extra points to that from me. For this one though, I'm going to be playing Pokemon Sapphire, and so of course I'll be starting off with just a Skitty. Skitty actually isn't a bad mon, and we do end up making it decently far. I beat the first rival battle with ease, stock up on Zigzagoons for the pickup ability, and pretty much blast my way through all the story stuff. My first real challenge doesn't kick in until I get to Roxanne. I expected this run to end here. I'm gonna be honest, there really weren't many moves I could teach at this point, and only knowing normal type moves, there wasn't much I had in my arsenal to hit her with. So after trying to spam my tail whips and double slaps, my options were exhausted and Skitty goes down. To be fair, I don't think much was even expected from a Skitty. It would have just gotten tossed at Brawly, even if I had made it past Roxanne. So I'll tally up these points at the end because I've got a feeling I'm gonna have to bust out a decently big curve in the scoring chart. Anyways, Skitty died at Roxanne, okay? Alright, moving on. A more surprising reply, I guess, is Mewtwo. Yeah, Walmart replied. Anyways, this time we're gonna load up Pokemon Ruby and set off with Mewtwo. Oh wait, what's this? Wait a second. So, Newegg actually gave me Charizard to work with. A bit of an easy pick, but it's okay. A reply is a reply nonetheless. So, I decided to go with Fire Red for this one to pay homage. I think it's homage to Charizard as a whole. Also, since they said Charizard, I opted to go with Charizard as my starter straight out of the gate. Jumping right into our first rival battle, we're facing a Squirtle. Also, our moveset is just straight power, and we've already got Metal Claw for Brock, so I'm feeling good about this one. We even crush it in the second rival battle. So far, things are looking good. I smashed through Viridian Forest, obviously, since, I've got a Charizard. I just kind of burn it to the ground. Then it's time to take on Brock. Since I'm doing this casually, and I've got a big boss man Charizard, I'm thinking with Metal Claw, it'll be a pretty smooth ride. Taking out Geodude was a smash, but then out came Onix. I figured with the attack boost from Metal Claw already, it wouldn't be too difficult to take Onix down, and, well, of course I was wrong. So I prayed for a crit, or a miss, or anything really to get me through, but alas, I was taken down yet again at the first gym. Right, so this one was just one that was recommended to me, figured I'd give them a shout, but seems like someone needs a better intern. I'm looking at you, Super Drug. And then Wawa, one of my favorite gas station plus places, strung me along for a bit, gave me a bit of a nibble but didn't quite bite, which was really unfortunate as their rivals Sheetz came through with a clutch response in saying Snorlax. I'm not sure the results will be much different in this one, but you know what, we'll give it a shot. So I boot up my copy of Leaf Green, grab Snorlax as my starter, and head on. Armed with Tackle, Amnesia, and Defense Curl, it's time to take on Brock. I set up my 6 Defense Curls and take turns bashing my head into a rock before it finally goes down. But at this point I'm also pretty low on HP, and and I'm not using items, and let's be honest, I don't think a potion would have saved me here anyways. Our efforts are futile, and so down goes Snorlax into the abyss of failed brands. The graveyard takes another one, boys, but I've got hope for our next brand. The gods of gaming decided to bless me with a reply. Not just the name of a Pokemon, but an image. Nvidia are true gamers. I always knew it. Anyways, having received my picture of Porygon, it was time to take to the streets of Emerald. You see, I had high hopes for Porygon because it was the only Pokemon, save Charizard, but we know how that one went, that learned a non-normal move before the first gym. So we smash our way through the intro a bit, forgetting to nickname Porygon because I'm completely brain dead, but it's okay, we push on anyway. Just pretend instead of Porygon there, it says Nvidia, alright? Anyways, my plan initially was to use conversion in some way to change my typing and ultimately resist everything Roxanne threw at me. Upon arriving to the gym, we were an adequate level, had Psywave, and Conversion 2, which were going to be essential. We conversion into a rock move and gained the steel typing, and from there we took most of Roxanne's mons out with ease. They had low special defense and couldn't really hit me too hard. My only worry was maybe Nosepass. If she had done a bit more rock throwing and got lucky with hacks, this outcome might have been a bit different, but since I'm behind the wheel, it's a clean match as we take Roxanne down. I considered ending the video here, but let's see how much further we can go. So I slither past Brawly because I'm scared and go up to the rival fight, where I double back to take Brawly on, and with Psybeam, pretty much wipe out his whole team, netting us 2 badges. We take down the rival with ease and go down to Watson because I made some really bad plays, but still, 2 badges. That's the most so far. I think we've got one more submission before our final tally, so let's see if they can rival the powerhouse that was Nvidia. Cooler Master came through with some pretty original heat, and you know how much we love that. Minus points for only playing a Gen 4 game, but plus 5 for admitting to being a filthy casual and picking the Penguin. So obviously we're going to be playing through Diamond with a Delibird. I started this run off being pretty serious, but after about 10 minutes trying to kill things with Present on the first route, I realized this was the stupidest bit I ever could have done. But because I am the way that I am, I followed through with it, and lost to Rourke's first Geodude. I didn't even stand a chance, so that's 30 minutes of my life I will never get back. But now it's time for the moment you've all probably been waiting for. That's right, it's time to announce the scores for the Battle of the Brands. But first, a word from our sponsor. Just kidding. I'm not cool enough to get a sponsor anymore, but if you do want to help out the channel, consider becoming a member today. I don't have any perks set up right now, but if you join the Discord and we get a little plot session going, we can come up with some sweet perks. And you'd get to support me in the content I make, so you know, what's not to love about that? Anyways, I'm done plugging, let's get on with the video. So, I've decided to give out scores based on how many gyms I was able to beat, originality of the chosen Mon, and how well it fit with the theme of the brand. As an added bonus, I'll even suggest new Mons for them to like. So, first up on the chopping block is Subway with Skitty. As you know, Skitty gets 0 points for gym badges, for obvious reasons. Actually, I'll make this easy, nobody but Porygon gets points for gyms. As far as originality goes, I'm going to give them a plus 5 because they just pulled a random Gen 3 Mon out of thin air. Subway is a gamer. As far as how well it fits into the brand, I'm going to go ahead and give another 3 points for fitting the brand here, because for some reason it just reminds me of the Skitty Whale Lord meme. If you know, you know. Next up is Walmart, losing 5 points for originality because it is Mewtwo, gaining 1 for it at least not being Pikachu, and I'm docking another point for brand representation because in what world does Mewtwo say, save money, live better? For Newegg, I'll give no points for originality because considering they picked Charizard, which is basically the equivalent of Pikachu, it's not very original. I will say it does represent their brand a bit because, you know, they got hot deals, I think, but if you're gonna go Gen 1, I'd definitely say just pick Execute, or to just win versus any other brand, pick Chansey. As far as Sheetz go, I'll give them a 5 for originality and another 5 for brand repping because Sheetz has bomb food, I would know, and Snorlax is fat and eats, so yeah. Then we've got the obvious Porygon W here with 2 points for badge, 10 for originality, and 10 for just how well it fits the brand. Honestly, I should never be allowed to score anything. I'm gonna be honest here, there wasn't a proper method of scoring, I just kinda went with my gut. Let me know if you want me to do this again someday. It was quite fun DMing hundreds of brands and getting a handful of responses, but if you follow me on twitter.com, maybe I'll look more important next time I do this and I'll actually get some more responses. So, yeah, I'm working on Pokemon Silver, but my friends hate me, by the way, because I know everybody wants to know where that's at, but I'm working on it, I promise. It'll be up after this video.